Okay, I want to shoot a quick response here to some of the comments that were given on this recent video called The Relevance of Atheism and Theism, the comments that were given to the response to this. And this comes from Zarkoff 45. Person says, I think the word God has to refer to some entity with will, desire, plans, thoughts, to be honest. That's the kind of God the ancients invented, that religions claim, and that most people talk about. Saying God is relation is a kind of cop-out. This is what the person says to me. And then I write, are relations not real? What is self-relation, and how does that relate to will, desire, plans, and the like? And then Zarkoff responds, well, relations are real, but they're nothing to do with any religious notions of God. Until you think you're relating to a God, at that point you're not really defining God. Most religious people have a clear notion of a personal God, but merely giving yet another atheistic case for what might be a cause of illusion of a God in those that believe in the personal God. It seems more like a verbal sleight of hand, a way to murk things up that were quite clear before, and then Trick 0121 says that he agrees with Zarkoff, and he says it's more than just a cop-out. It's creating ambiguity on purpose. It justifies common usage of a word which refers to deities or deities, a deity or deities. Anyone can redefine word to their own liking. What must be addressed is the confusion it will cause due to the common usage of the word. I want to respond to this really quickly. This is what Kenneth Burke called heads I win, tails you lose. So in other words, you're going to force people into some sort of straw man so that you can beat it up, and then the second that someone gives a nuanced position, one that actually isn't being made up. In fact, this goes back to Spinoza and Kierkegaard and some of the greater theologians who really tried to tackle a robust form of religion outside of religious dogma. I almost don't know what to say. I feel sorry for people who only have to hear the straw man for which they have the quick and ready-made critique for. And so in other words, if a person does give a nuanced notion of God where it's not a being, again, I can offer this here to people. Where is this? One of my great mentors was Cal Schrag, and this is his book called God is Otherwise Than Being, Toward a Semantics of the Gift. I don't think that this is something that I have made up to, quotes, try to create ambiguity on purpose. If anything, I'm trying to eke out a space of a biologically friendly theology, one that moves toward the question, what ought we mean by God? To simply say, well, you can't mean anything other than what most people out there just sort of already mean, and if you tried to give a nuanced position, all you're really doing is creating ambiguity on purpose, you know what? That's bullshit. That's a bunch of people who are scared of having to deal with the problem that divinity and questions of religiosity are larger. They're much more complicated than any religion per se is able to address. I thought I'd get that in. Okay, thanks.